Hey everyone. Today we're going to be working on the last assignment of our introduction unit. And really it is an extension of our make your case assignment from yesterday. Some of this information will look familiar because we're still dealing with Justin and Max and what they have to say about the lunchroom fight. But we are getting a significant amount more information to put together with what Justin and Max and Jamie had already said. Okay, so if you look here under the sources, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, oops, sorry, and 10. So we have 10 different sources that we're going to be looking at to try to determine what happened with this lunchroom fight. Okay. Our end goal to this is that we have to make a decision on who started it. Okay. We need to be able to, at the end of this, fill out a suspension report, which looks like this. And we have to suspend one student. You may not suspend two students. You have to suspend one, whoever you believe started the fight. Okay. So it does give you a little bit of additional background information. So we'll read through this real quick. You are a principal who is trying to figure out the truth behind a lunchroom fight. The fight was between Justin and Max. Justin is a new student. He is shy, quiet, and does not have many friends. He moved to town last month because his father was hired to take over the town's main business. Justin's father fired many people, including Max's parents, when he reorganized the business. Max is a popular student who is known for his friendliness and good humor. In the past few weeks, however, he has been withdrawn and somewhat depressed. So we get a little bit more background information there, all right, which is good to know. Okay, and we also have, Justin, Max, as well as a few other students for our sources. We also have people like cafeteria workers. We have a teacher. We have Max's mom and Justin's dad. Okay, so these are all sources that we're going to be looking at. Now, as you read through this information, you're going to find out that they're not all talking about what necessarily happened in the cafeteria. For example, Justin's father probably not at the school in the cafeteria when this fight broke out, but he does provide valuable information about maybe what was going on outside of school that may have impacted what was going on inside of school. Okay, same thing with Max's mom. Okay, the English teacher again was not in the cafeteria, but the teacher may have witnessed something happen in a classroom that could carry over to lunch. Okay, so there's a lot of information to really consider here. Okay, as you read through these, you're going to be filling out a chart that looks like this. This is where you're going to sort out your evidence. Okay, you're going to put it into 3 different categories: either stuff that's going on in the town, all right, so outside of the school; something that's going on inside of the school but not in the cafeteria that day; and then what happened in the cafeteria that day. So this is where we're going to be sorting our evidence. Along with sorting our evidence, we also have to figure out, okay, who said this piece of evidence and whether or not they are biased or unbiased. Okay, so we'll do a couple of these examples together. We'll probably skip Justin and Max since we did those with the make your case assignment. Okay, so we'll go down to the third person here, who's Eric, who in parentheses says Max's good friend. And Eric says the new kid definitely started it. He really just attacked out of nowhere. He's a freak, and he seriously thinks he's better than everyone because of his dad. Okay, so this sounds like what happened in the cafeteria, right? The new kid definitely started it. He attacked Justin, or I'm sorry, he attacked Max. Okay, so this is what's going on in the cafeteria, right? And I understand if you need to, I'm probably going to here, I'm going to make the fonts a little bit smaller to be able to fit things in here a little bit easier. Okay, so, oops. So in this case, Justin attacked Max, capitalized names, Max, out of nowhere. All right, You might want to bullet point this, or maybe just put a little hyphen. Okay, so you know where one comment starts and then another one ends. I'm going to make it a little smaller just to make be able to get as much information in here as possible. All right, and who said this? All right, this was Eric. So Eric. And again, I'm going to put a hyphen here. That way I know this first hyphen here lines up with the first hyphen here. And it'll line up with the first hyphen here as well. All right. I'm going to put down that he is biased. Okay, because he is a good friend of Max's. So he might be has an incentive to lie, or maybe he just, you know, missed some details because he's good friends with one of the people in the fight. Okay, so that's all you're going to do. All right, you're going to put down that he's biased or unbiased. All right, we'll do another one. Let's talk about Anthony. Anthony says, I was pretty far back in the line, but Max and his friends were being kind of loud and joking around. I couldn't really hear what they were saying. And then all of a sudden, I saw people pulling Justin and Max apart. So again, to me, that sounds like he was in the cafeteria. Okay, so in the cafeteria here, we're going to go down to the next line, another hyphen. Max and his friends were being loud, all right? And maybe that, you know, people could maybe see that as annoying or obnoxious maybe. All right, this was stated by Anthony. All right, and whether or not this was reliable, all right? This, I would say, would be unbiased, but it was seen from a distance, all right? Anthony, you know, admitted that he was pretty far back in the line, so he wasn't, you know, maybe didn't have the best view of what was going on. Okay, then I would go on to the next source and so on. Okay, so that's going to be the idea of what we do with this assignment here. All right, you're going to take one source at a time, and you're going to sort the evidence into either the town context, the school context, or the cafeteria context. Once you've gone through all 10 pieces of evidence and you have sorted them into one of these categories, you're going to go down to the suspension report, and based on what you heard from all of the sources, you're going to give a brief statement, just a couple sentences, about what happened in the cafeteria. The second part is that, in my judgment, the following student should be suspended. And then you're going to need to type either Justin's name here or Max's name here. And then you need to explain why that is the person that you decided to suspend. And again, this can just be, 2, 3 sentences. It doesn't have to be a super long piece of writing. Okay, so that is going to be due on Tuesday of next week, which I think is the 15th. Let me double check that real quick. Yes, it is the 15th. This assignment is going to be due on September 15th by midnight. Okay, make sure that you email me or message me if you have any questions regarding this assignment.